Hi guys! So I'm sorry it has been so long since I made a video. I had not realized that it was in October last time that I uploaded. I'm really sorry. I've actually filmed a lot of videos, at least like 5 in that time, but either due to technical incompetence or just like them not being good, they haven't been worth uploading. And when I say not good, my channel, is not great, so the bar of not good, the bar is pretty low. So I just wanted to pop in here and answer a couple questions that somebody emailed me recently about Clipart. The first question that they asked was, how has your experience been so far with selling digital art online? Is this something someone can do on the side with a full-time job? And 100% yes. I work full-time, like at a corporate office, and this has been something that I've done consistently for over a year now while holding that job. So this is kind of like what I do in my free time. I probably put in, 10 to 15 hours a week tops doing this. And like this last month I made about $1,000 doing it, which is probably my best month ever. And it's really exciting that something that I've just consistently done for a small portion of my time in my free time is now for the first time paying for my rent. So that's really cool. It's also just that it's something that I really enjoy doing. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely gratifying when somebody thinks your art is good enough to spend money on it. So it's also been very gratifying in that sense. Another question that they had that I thought was pretty relevant was, how can I learn to make product images and thumbnails for selling purposes? And I would love to make a whole video on this specifically and put together some kind of template for people to use, because it's an intimidating part of making clip art, and it's also definitely a barrier to getting your product out there, but it is very important to have something. But I do want to say it doesn't have to be perfect. I think that that's something as artists we get really caught up in trying to make something perfect, and I am constantly striving to convince myself that finished is better than perfect. And not that you want to give your customers a subpar product, but just putting something out there and doing those reps is going to absolutely make all the difference in your productivity and motivation, and you just kind of like build up momentum doing that. When I started out, I had to tell myself that, but the most important thing for me was to get stuff out there and see what sold, what worked and what didn't, so that I could learn from that and build off of that knowledge. And some of the clip art that I first put out, things that were like hand painted, scanned in, some of those files have not great thumbnails, and they're some of my best sellers today. So it doesn't necessarily matter to have the most compelling thumbnails, as long as you're getting something out there, you're offering a good product, and the rest will come in time. Here's I'll pop in an image of what one of my best-selling products looks like, the thumbnail this is what gets people to click on it. And this is some of my most recent thumbnails. So, and then also some of the other questions that I answered in some of the comments, but I figured I'd throw them here too, would be, where do you sell? Or where have you seen success selling? So right now I sell on a handful of websites. I primarily sell on Etsy, but I also sell on Creative Market, Hungry JPEG, and Redbubble. Success in that order. Creative Market can be huge. It takes kind of like breaking through on there to be really successful, and I haven't yet had like my big break, but it's a huge market that specifically caters to graphic designers, and for that reason alone is extremely worthwhile. So Etsy has definitely been where I've had the most success, but they have file upload limits, so you have to break up your files. And so the good things about Etsy is it's free to set up a shop, you don't have to be approved, and they take a very small percent of your sale. Bad things, they have a listing fee, and in my experience, people are not willing to pay as much on there. Creative Market It's also free to set up. It's free to list things. You do need to go through an approval process. They take 30%, so you get 70% of the sale. But people are willing to pay more, and so I usually include more in my Creative Market listings. I'll include the Illustrator file, sometimes some more arrangements, just like more value because they're paying a higher price, but I also get less of a cut. And then finally, Redbubble. Don't see a lot of success on there. It's very saturated, and I've had the best luck selling cactus stickers, which is very strange, but I make like 15 cents every time I sell one, and I sell one like once a week. So definitely not the biggest driver, but I'll continue to upload things here and there under Redbubble. Around Christmas time I did make some sales on t-shirts, but I've only ever made like probably total $30 on Redbubble. So I'd say that's probably the question I get the most, is where do I sell? Definitely number one advice I can give is just start, get product listed, even if it's not perfect. It's really, really worth it to start learning about the market and your customer. I will be back soon with more tutorials. Hopefully I will figure out how to actually use my microphone and camera soon. I'm just a clown. Hopefully this is in focus, we'll see. As always, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe and like this video if it helped. Good luck.